The interest in survival horror has become much more mainstream these days, and it's still gaining popularity. Some titles on this list are leaning toward pure horror, while others focus more on the survival aspect. If you enjoy venturing into dark corners of the world to face terrifying monsters and explore your personal emotional boundaries, keep an eye on these 10 survival horror games coming out soon. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting off with number 10, we got probably the weirdest title on the list, Choo-Choo Charles. You are constantly being chased by an evil spider train named Charles, and in order to escape, you have to travel across an island on an old train. Your train will be your only chance to survive this relentless, flesh-eating monster. Travel from place to place and complete various missions for townsfolk in exchange for better upgrades for your train. Scavenge scraps from all over the island and improve your train's speed, armor, and damage. Even if you might feel safe inside of your train with all the weapons and armor protecting you, there are moments when you'll have to step out of it to switch tracks. This interchange between the anxiety when Charles is near and the relief when you escape him is the major drive that this game offers. Choo-Choo Charles should be released sometime in the second half of 2022. At number 9 is Outlast Trials, the third installment in the Outlast series, which serves as a prequel to the first 2 games and is set in the same universe. During the Cold War, human guinea pigs are involuntarily recruited by the good people of the Murkoff Corporation to test advanced methods of brainwashing and mind control. Experience mind-numbing terror, but this time with friends. Work together and maybe you'll survive the Outlast Trials. Online co-op mode will feature up to 4 players, so choose carefully who will be by your side. How much trust do you really have in your friends? At the time, the Outlast series received generally positive reviews and was praised for its atmosphere, horror elements, and gameplay. It was played by many streamers on Twitch and YouTube, and a great number of hilarious moments from that time were captured. Although the game was scheduled for a 2022 release, we do not have a confirmed date yet. Next, at number 8, we have No More Room in Hell 2, a sequel to the award-winning source mod from 2011. It's an online survival horror for 8 players in co-op mode, set in a zombie apocalypse where you fight hordes of undead. In the original, there were 2 game modes, an objective, in which you followed the game's instructions, and a survival mode, in which you defended certain sectors against waves of incoming zombies. According to the developers, the sequel will offer more game modes and also a larger variety of maps. Speaking of maps, they will have even more randomization this time to increase the replay value. Certain map elements will change every time you play, such as the layouts of a sewer system, the locations of power sources, or changing up apartments in a building. Other features include crafting weapons and other items, personal statistics, and a survivor ranking system that allows for a better matchmaking experience. Overall, it looks like No More Room in Hell 2 will improve on its predecessor in every way, and is scheduled for release on October 31st, 2022. At number 7 we have SIGNALIS, a classic survival horror experience set in a dystopian future where humanity has colonized the solar system. Humanoid androids known as replicas live among the population, acting as workers, civil servants, and protectors alongside the citizens they are designed to resemble. The story begins when a replica named S.T.A.L.K.E.R awakens from cryostasis in a shipwreck. Explore a surreal retrotech world in a search for her lost partner and dreams. SIGNALIS is a classic psychological survival horror that accomplishes exactly what it was designed to do, to slowly build up fear and pull you out of your comfort zone. The atmosphere is simply fantastic. The choice of low-resolution graphics with a retro look was a very smart decision. Furthermore, the clever use of ambient sounds with little to no music contributes to making this dark and surreal world feel like a nightmare. SIGNALIS is scheduled for release on October 27, 2022. At number 6 is System Shock, a full-fledged remake of the groundbreaking 1994 original, combining famous gameplay with brand new HD graphics, updated controls, revamped user interface, and new sounds and music. It even features the original voice actor of Shodan, one of the most iconic villains in gaming history. Shodan is Citadel Station's rogue artificial intelligence gone mad that turned the crew into an army of cyborgs and mutants. You must make your way through the depths of a space station and stop Shodan before it does the same to Earth. Back in the day, System Shock's 3D engine, physics simulation, and complex gameplay have been cited as both innovative and influential. Thanks to modern technologies and the Unreal Engine, this remake will bring the beloved franchise back to life while staying as true to the original as possible. The release date for System Shock is yet to be announced. Before we continue, if you like this video, please consider hitting that like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel as it really helps the channel to grow, and enable all notifications by clicking the notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any of the videos coming up soon. Next up at number 5, we have Sons of the Forest, an upcoming first-person horror survival game currently being developed by End Night Games. It is the sequel to the massive indie hit The Forest from 2018. You find yourself in a rescue mission gone wrong, on a remote island infested with cannibals. Experience complete freedom to tackle the world however you want. Only you decide what you do, where to go, and how best to survive the horrors of this place. You'll have to craft everything yourself, from a basic campfire and survival tools, to a sturdy shelter for safety at night. Break smaller sticks to make fire. Use an axe to cut out windows or make spears. Seasons pass, and each one presents you with a new challenge. Gather meat in the spring and summer, and store it for the cold winter months. In Sons of the Forest, you can play alone or with friends. Items can be shared, and building defenses is easier if you all work together. The game is scheduled for release sometime in October 2022. At number 4, there is Scorn, an atmospheric first-person horror adventure. The game is set in an open-ended world with several interconnected regions. Each region is a maze-like structure with different rooms and paths to discover. The entire narrative takes place in the game, without cutscenes and dialogue trees. In Scorn, you'll find various biomechanical weapons that all attach to a modular base that's implanted on the character's body. To use a specific weapon, the player must remove the current one from the base and replace it with another weapon. Interaction with the world is realistic. Objects are picked up with your hands instead of simply floating in the air. Machines and instruments are operated by grabbing the controls. The unsettling environment and nightmarish odd shapes set this title apart from the others. And it's not only the design of the levels that elevate this terrifying atmosphere, but also the sound design. Monsters and other strange creations all sound as if they were suffering eternal punishment. We look forward to experiencing the eerie world of Scorn, which will be released on October 21st, 2022. Coming up at number 3 is S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, Heart of Chernobyl, an upcoming first-person shooter survival horror video game developed and published by Ukrainian developer GSC Game World. You are one of the stalkers who enter the Chernobyl exclusion zone in search of artifacts of priceless value. Prepare to encounter terrible mutant creatures that will try to slaughter you following specific behavior model. Each mutant can appear in different subtypes, which makes its pattern less predictable. The game is powered by Unreal Engine 5. Explore a photorealistic seamless open world in a 64 square kilometers radioactive zone with a variety of environments that show the post-apocalyptic atmosphere from different angles. Take care of standard survival mechanics like hunger, sleep, bleeding, and radiation effects. The advanced artificial intelligence systems will put even the most hardcore players on their toes. Because of the ongoing situation happening in Ukraine at the time of writing, the release date has been postponed to December 2023. We will keep you updated as soon as we have additional details. In the second place, we have the Callisto Protocol, a next-generation survival horror. Combining atmosphere, suspense, and brutality with terrifying moments of helplessness and humanity, the Callisto Protocol immerses players in a pulse-pounding story where unspeakable horrors lurk around every corner. You play as Jacob Lee, an inmate of the Black Iron Prison on Jupiter's dead moon Callisto in the year 2320. When a mysterious outbreak throws the moon into chaos, Jacob must face his darkest fears to defeat the bloodthirsty creatures that stalk him as he unravels the dark mysteries at the heart of the powerful United Jupiter Company. Blending hand-to-hand and ranged combat, you'll be forced to get up close and personal with grotesque opponents, dismembering their limbs, and do everything in your power to have a chance of surviving the horrors of this place. If you saw the trailer without any context and title, you might think that this is the new Dead Space game in the making. And while they have a similar atmosphere, the Callisto Protocol will be a much gorier game. We'll have to check if it's scarier though, once it hits the market on December 2nd. Speaking of Dead Space, at number 1 we have an upcoming remake of one of the cult horror games from 2008. The plot of the game is not changed and will stay true to the original. Set in the 26th century, the story follows an engineer Isaac Clarke on a massive planetary mining vessel that has gone silent. While investigating a distress call, the crew of the ship is attacked by mutated human corpses. Isaac is forced to fend for himself as he tries to save his surviving crewmates and learns the truth about what really happened. Dead Space is being developed using EA's Frostbite engine and will retain the same story and structure as the original. It'll feature redesigned assets, character models, and environments, and there is a small chance that we'll see some content that was cut from the original game due to technical limitations back in the day. Dead Space was one of the best survival horror games ever created. The graphics, lighting, level design, and exceptionally well-implemented movement all contributed to creating an iconic creepy atmosphere. Thus, it's not surprising that every other game developed after Dead Space was compared to this amazing masterpiece. The remake will be released on January 27, 2023. So which of these games are you most looking forward to? Let us know down in the comments below. Many thanks for watching, as we really hope you found this type of content helpful, so hit that like button if you did, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Until next time, have a ton of fun.